People, Deluded, I'm here again, I'm back again, and I'm here with a great guest, man, someone I've wanted to do this with for a while. Brooke, how you doing, man? Are you good? Are you in good spirits?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm coping, yeah.
You mentioned coping. What you been up to during lockdown?
Just been training, really. Training, sleeping, PS4, to be honest.
You a FIFA man?
Nah. I jumped on FIFA still.
You see, I was going to say play me, but you're not sounding good still. You're sounding like an amateur, man. You're the first baller that don't sound confident with that.
Nah, I jumped on FIFA. Cause I was playing foot champs and that. I start losing my head. Don't have time for that.
What sort of training you been doing to pass the time?
Arsenal set us like a training program to do. So some runs, some technical sessions, like dribbling, stuff like that. But I also be doing extra sessions. Cause I can't just do technical and runs. I need to be doing stuff like crossing, free kicks, long passing, 1v1s to like try and keep sharp so I'm ready for when I come back to the season.
You mentioned extra individual work, and it's lovely to hear that, man. That I know you're someone that does that a lot. But what have you been doing, like, to work on these extra bits of the game you want to work on?
Well, I've been using my brother mainly, cause my brother used to play football. So my brother will like ping me a ball. I'll take the ball past the cone, have a 1v1, and then whip the ball in the box. Cause just working on games in my area that I think I need to improve on. So stuff like crossing, 1v1 attacking, try to work on 1v1 defending, but it's a bit hard. But yeah, and ball work, first touch, dribbling, stuff like that.
Why do you think that's important? Why do you think the things you're working on now, why do you think that's important for the role you play?
Cause I think I'm an attacking fullback. I can do the defensive side of the game. I think I'm quite good at that. But if I want to progress and become world class, I think I need to work on my attacking side of the game. So 1v1 attacking, being able to beat any player I come up against, and delivery as a fullback is very important. One of the most important things.
Who do you look at as go on. Sorry, I cut you off. Go on.
No, cause you see guys like Trent. Delivery is something that you aspire to get to. His delivery is world class.
I mean, you kind of just, before I cut you off, apologies, you kind of led on to the question I wanted to ask you. You see him as someone that you like to look at a lot of players and think about what can you take from him and add to your game. What sort of fullbacks do you look at as sort of guide points?
One fullback I mainly look at is Cafu.
Good choice.
Yeah, great fullback. I think he could do every side of the game. But modern players I look at, Wan-Bissaka defensively he doesn't get beat. Trent going forward, he's great. He's not the best 1v1 attacker, but when he delivers a ball, you know it's going to be delivered into the right area. Reece James is another one I look at. Reece James, up coming right back. He's very good. Yeah, he's explosive. He's powerful. He could beat a player. He could defend. I think he could do everything. To be honest, Reece James is very good.
So let me ask you a bit more about strengths and weaknesses, because you kind of touched on it, but I want to get into the specifics. What do you feel are your strengths and weaknesses currently? You don't have to list them all, but what do you think if you...
Strengths, 1v1 defending. Don't really think I get beat 1v1 defensively. Going forward, I'm fast with the ball. I can run down the flank with the ball. Crossing, I would say crossing is a strength, but it's still something that can be improved on. My crossing is not too bad. I think winning my 1v1 duels, that's the main strength for me. I don't really think I get beat 1v1. Going forward, I normally get past my man. Defensively, my man don't normally get past me. That's a big one there for me.
Good answers, man. Good answers. How much are you like in tune with the mental side of the aspects of the game? Because you keep mentioning 1v1s, don't lose your battles. You scream to me as someone that's very much aware of the mental aspects of the game. So how have you looked to add that sort of side into the game, especially as you're getting older and going to be a first-year scholar next year?
Yeah, mental side is very important. 1v1s, something I take personally, to be honest. If someone beats me, I do take that personally. Winning is a very key thing. You need to be determined, especially next year, going into full-time training every day, determined, got to wake up, got to put the hours in, go home, rest, get ready again the next day. Just got to work hard, be determined, try and be the best you can, to be honest.
You mentioned training full time next year. Have you trained with the under 18s at all and the 23s?
Yeah, I think I've had a training session with the under 23s. I've trained a couple of times with the 18s. Made my debut for the 18s when I went Manchester at the start of the season, pre-season.
Yeah,
it was a good experience. Yeah.
And what did you take away from these experiences?
My first 18s game, I think it was against Man United. I played. No, my first 18s game was against Flamengo. We were in a tournament, Flamengo, Man U, and Porto. I got subbed on because the other right back got cramped. Playing against a very tricky winger. Tried to not let him get past me. But the game is a lot more intense, a lot more physical as well. Because in my age group, I could get away with, say, have a sloppy touch because I'm a bit more physical than other people in my age group. But when you go 18s, it's not like that. Like, everyone's around the same physical level. So you have to refine what you're doing a bit.
Great answer. Obviously, I should have really asked you just at the start. To my knowledge, you haven't always been a right back. What position did you play prior, and when did the decision to become a fullback come?
I was a striker for most of my career until
really
about
Wow.
I played striker from under 6s to about under 13s. Under 13s, under 12s, I kind of started transitioning into winger / striker kind of thing. And then under 14s and under 14 season, my coach had a word with me. He was like, Brooke, listen, I think you'll be good at right back. At first, I was like, right back, can't really see myself playing there. But, you know, as time got on, I think my first game at right back, I ran down the flank, got assist. I was like, this isn't bad, you know, because you have more time on the ball, see more of the game. So I think, it's been a very key thing for me, the transition from striker, right wing to right back.
One thing you said there, and I think especially being a young footballer, it really gives me encouragement, and I'm not dissing any other young players, but you do see, obviously everyone wants to play a certain position, and mostly everyone wants to be attacking players. Certain players would have an issue with that, but you didn't necessarily believe in it at first. You played a game, you was convinced, and you applied yourself. Why do you think it's important to listen to coaches and actually, you know, you might want to always play in some position, but if they give you an opportunity elsewhere, why is it important to take it and actually apply yourself as good as you can?
Because at the end of the day, at striker or right wing, I don't think I would have been as good as I'm doing now. Because there's more opportunities for me because everyone wants to be a right wing, everyone wants to be a striker. There's a lot of competition for those places. But at right back, I think if a coach asks you to play another position, at first don't knock it because he might see something in you that you don't see in yourself. So I think he saw that in me, and I didn't knock it, and I've kicked on from there.
Really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Was it hard at first getting to grips with playing right back and obviously up and down the field and defensively and stuff? What did you struggle with at first?
Positioning was all over the place. Positioning was the main thing. Defensively, at first, I didn't really get beat. Attacking wise, I was the same as when I was playing winger. But the positioning is very different from when you're playing right wing / striker.
What's your favourite things about playing fullback? Because I was a right back and I used to love when the centre mid said, I'm covering you and I can go have a little adventure.
My favourite thing about playing right back, getting assists. Love it. Like, I love the feeling of when you just cross the ball and you know you put it into the right area, you know you should be getting an assist and someone just comes and knocks it in.
Do you have any, like, obviously you're a right back, and I know the footballing world, regardless of age, is a small world. Is there any other, like, older right backs at Arsenal or elsewhere you talk to and you can lean on for advice, or people that took a
Um,
time to you and things like that?
Daniel, he is my competition, but I do look up to him a bit. Cause you see the stuff he's done. He's kind of taken the same transition as me. When he first joined Arsenal, I remember he got signed from Barnet when he first joined Arsenal. He was a winger, and then came as a winger, became a right back, same as me, and he's kicked on. So yeah.
So I should have really asked you just at the start. You're at Arsenal now, but who got you into football? When did you first realise that you loved this game? What's the early days for Brooke as a footballer? Way before the academies and that.
First, I was at Fulham when I was younger. It's about
no Sunday League.
No, I played Sunday League. I done a little kick about Sunday League with my brothers and stuff. But my brother used to play for Fulham. And I was kicking ball on the side with my dad. And the coach was like, "Oh, Louis, is that your brother?" And then he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, let him come join in." So my brother's 2 years older than me. So I joined in now. Then I done well. I ended up playing for Fulham for about a year. Ripped up at Fulham. Played a bit of Sunday League in between. Went to Chelsea, went to a bunch of clubs. Went to Arsenal at first, to be honest, on trial.
Talk us through that. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, Arsenal, when I was younger, it was good, but like the quality was very high. But as a young kid, my type of play, they were doing a lot of passing, drill, stuff like that. As a kid, I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's boring. I don't want to be doing that. I want to be running with the ball. I want to be scoring goals." So I kind of knocked it at the start. And then I went on trial with loads of clubs, and then I ended up signing for Chelsea when I was about 6. Yeah.
What was Chelsea like? And why did you leave? Why did you end up? How long was you at Chelsea? What was it like? And yeah, what made the decision to leave?
I was at Chelsea for 3 years, from under 6s to under 9s, around end under 9s. I was at Chelsea, was doing very well at Chelsea at the start. And then I think I got a bit complacent. I wasn't really enjoying my football as much as a kid should be enjoying their football.
Did you feel it was too pressurized?
A little bit, yeah. So
go on.
So my attitude started to drop a little bit. I wasn't working as hard as I should have been. And then went into a meeting one day. Me and my parents had a couple of words with the coach, and then the next week they handed me my release papers.
Oh gosh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's a madness. So how do you, like, I want to ask you a couple things. How did you snap yourself out and think, like, cool, let me start taking this thing seriously? And how did it feel to get released or get told, you're not wanted here anymore, sort of thing?
At Chelsea, like my Chelsea group was very talented. A lot of players that were at Chelsea play for my team, Arsenal now. But yeah, my age group was very talented, but I think I was one of the best in the age group. And then as time came on, when I started to slack, you could see guys would start to catch up with me. And then when I did get told I got released, I was like, wow, because I could get released. So when I did realise that, I went back to Sunday League football for a little bit. Started to enjoy the game a lot more again. Played for a team called Southall for a bit, won a couple trophies with Southall. And then I went to Arsenal, and then I think my first 2 games, me and Keon were playing striker. We scored like...
Ryan Edwards, for people that don't know who I'm talking about. So go on.
Very, very good striker. Me and Keon, I came as a striker, so it was me and Keon, like, we were trying to battle for the position of striker. So I think he scored about 7 goals. In the first game, I scored about 6. Next week, he scored about 10. I scored 15 against Aston Villa.
Wow.
yeah, and then that's when I got signed for Arsenal.
Wow. Wow. That's great, man. Who else was at Chelsea with you? I know Kyan was. I know obviously
Me, Kayon, Amari, James, who else was there? I don't want to forget anyone. Me, Kayon, Amari, James. A couple of them went on trial. Taylor was on trial at Chelsea. Henry was at Chelsea until he was about 11.
Oh gosh.
Henry Jackpot. Yeah, there's a few of us in our team, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea's losses are gains, man, and we're happy to have you at this club. I wanted to ask you, obviously, from a young age, you've obviously had talent to be a footballer. You've been within that academy circuit, you know, the Fulhams, the Chelseas, the Arsenals. Do you feel a lot of pressure? Can it become not enjoyable because you're always on trial? People are always trying to bring people on trial. There's always question marks about, are you really good enough? Can you lose the love of the game? Or have you seen people lose the love of the game?
Yeah, I've seen people lose love of the game because it's a lot of pressure. Like, you're playing football, you're a kid, of course you just want to have fun. And that's the main thing, because you just want to go out and have fun because it's the game you love. But at a young age, I'll say you shouldn't really be losing the love for the game, especially at a young age, because it's not business yet. It's not business yet. So when I did start to lose the love for the game, fortunately, I had my dad there, and he was just there telling me, just go out there, have fun, just do what you want to do, go out there, have fun. And yeah, most weeks I went out there, had fun, unless my team lost, then I won't have any fun. But yeah.
I mean, it's lovely to hear, you know, you've spoken of your brothers, you've spoken of your dad. It's lovely that you've had a great support network. How important is that support network as a young man? Because I know they're taking you probably 4 times a week, and obviously they're there for the highs and lows.
Yeah, my parents would drop me to football week in, week out until I was about 12 years old. When I was about 12, I started taking public transport, train, tube, to try and get to the places. Yeah, so with them there, I think it allowed me to go and play the sport I loved. And my brothers as well. My older brother used to play football. My other brother, he plays basketball now. But it's a competition of who's trying to be better at what they do. So I think we really push each other. We work out together, stuff like that. So we push each other to try and become better. Yeah.
That's a fantastic answer and a fantastic way of looking at things. You mentioned football, you know, you said something along the lines of football's not business yet in relation to young players. And I agree with that. Obviously, at 12 years of age, you know, you're probably having it tougher than some other kids because you're showing a mad level of determination, taking yourself to games and training and things like that on public transport. When did you first start realizing that, you know, obviously you wanted to be a professional footballer from young, but when did you realize it's now business? Like, if I actually apply myself, you know, I can target a scholarship and try and move beyond that. When did it become, you know, I have to do this, not just a dream. I have to really push on to try and make this happen now?
When I was about 12, 13, I'll say.
Wow, you see, from young.
Yeah. When I was about 12, 13, I went to a school called London Norton-Cuffy. So Reese went to my school. Vontae Daly-Campbell went to my school. A lot of footballers went to my school. So you'll see them and you'll see what they were doing and you're like, yeah, I can actually do this. So, yeah.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. So this season, obviously, this is a crucial season. Well, I'm happy that you've got your scholarship and we're happy to see you next year. But what was your feelings going into this season? Because with every game, are you thinking, I've played bad here, I'm not going to get a scholar, or I've played good here, I'm going to get a scholar, or he's going to get a scholar, he didn't get one, so how can I get one? How's it like being that young player waiting on them decisions?
For me, it was tough because I had a good start to the season, a very good start to the season. I was on the team sheet week in, week out. And then I picked up an injury. And then I broke my left toe. I was in a boot for a bit. I was out for a couple months. So when I was out, I see the other fullback was doing well. So when he was out playing matches, I was just in the gym trying to work hard, make sure I come back. And when I come back, I'm ready to take back my spot. So when I did come back, it was a bit of a battle between me and other fullback. But I think we both did try to work hard. I think I tried to work a bit harder, and yeah, it paid off.
Do you remember the day they called you in for your decision? Do you remember how it felt? Do you remember your emotions? Talk us through that, man.
I was buzzing. So we were doing testing, I think.
What's that? We're doing testing. I don't know, by the way.
So yo-yo test, jump test, sprint test. We're doing testing, and my testing literally just finished. So I was very tired, and the coach calls me in and says, "Yeah, Brooke, it's time for your meeting." So I was like, "Oh damn! These couple words could change my future." Yeah. So calls me in for the meeting now, and I see the coaches now. They're all smiling and that. So I had a bit of a good feeling because the coach was smiling, shaking hands, saying, "Yes, Brooke." And then as soon as I sat down, he shook my hand. He's like, "Yeah, Brooke, so we have decided to give you a scholar at Arsenal Football Club." I was just there, literally, I just sat down smiling for a good 5 minutes.
Well, don't blame you, man. Well done for that, man.
Yeah, I was like, thank you. And yeah, my parents were very happy. My dad was over the moon. Yeah.
As they should be, man. As you should be. I mean, you wouldn't be there without hard work. You wouldn't be there without technical ability. Shout out to your support network. And many people don't see that. I class that as a small sort of victory for your family, because it's sad to say, but there's been, for every one person like you, there's literally hundreds of lads that have been in academies and they don't get there, man. So it's lovely to hear that. What's your feelings on in fact, before I ask you about your feelings in relation to being a full-time scholar next year, what you expect from it and stuff, you mentioned injury. Talk us through that toe injury. How did it happen? What did it make you feel like? How did you get back recovered? And how did it make you, how did you learn from it?
I didn't even know my toe was broken.
Swear.
My toe was hurting, but I didn't know it was broken. So I trained on my toe. I was playing matches on my toe for a couple of weeks. And then one day we were in the gym and we were doing an exercise and we had to sit on our toes kind of thing. And then I was like, yeah, I can't do this. So they said for me to go to physio. And then I came back in the next day and they were like, yeah, you're going to have to go get x-rayed and stuff. Go get x-rayed. They sent me to a private hospital. Go get x-rayed. My toe was broken. And then, they had to put me in a boot. Tough for me. Cause I'm an active kid. So literally, I wasn't allowed to do a lot of things. I was going to school. Yeah, I was going to school. I couldn't play football in school. Couldn't run around in school. I'm on a boot. I was coming to Arsenal. I'm seeing all my friends put on their boots, go out to train. I had to stay in my boot. I had to go out to the gym, do a lot of upper body work because I couldn't even do things on my legs at this time. Because my toe was still healing. Luckily, I didn't have to have surgery or anything. It just was a matter of time. Yeah, it was just a matter of time for my toe to heal. So, yeah, thank you to Arsenal. The rehab was good. I got back on the pitch. I came back. I think it was a good moment for me because I came back with a drive that, I actually want this. Because I was seeing people play. I was like, I actually want this. I want to be rich. Yeah.
That makes sense, man. And it's a lot to learn. Was that the first major injury or any sort of injury you had in your career?
Yeah, I don't really get injuries. Touch wood. I don't really get injuries.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Major injury for me.
Do you think, obviously it's through sad circumstances and we never want you to be in that situation again, but do you feel with that experience, if it happens again, you're stronger mentally and you're stronger to overcome it, having obviously gone through it already? Yeah,
because it's very hard because it takes away something from you that you love. And when you take away something so major in someone's life, it's hard for them to cope with it. So I needed a lot of people around me to try and push me through that time. It's hard to get through times like that on your own. Yeah, I got through it. Came back down.
You said you need people around you. Obviously, I know what they were doing, but what were they doing to keep your spirits up and keep you motivated, even when you might have lost personal motivation?
My coach has done very well to keep me a part of the team. So I was involved in the team tasks. I I'll be taking the team meetings and analysis, stuff like that. So I'm just involved, because when you're injured, it's very hard for you to like be involved in everything the team does. So they try and keep you like as close together and as team-like as possible. So yeah, they done very well with just keeping me involved in what's going on and keeping me focused on football.
I knew this was a world-class club, but when you hear stuff like that and personal testaments from an employee of the club and himself, I mean, it puts us in a different light, man, and it really does make me proud to support this team. So, like, yeah, obviously signing a scholarship term, is one thing. Playing it is another. What's your thoughts in relation to next season? What have you been thinking about? You must have spoken to the older lads. What are you expecting from under-18s football? What's your thoughts about that?
It's going to be a different transition because we're going to be training every day, full-time football. I just want to go there, work hard, break my way into the starting 11, secure my place in the starting 11, and hopefully, if I do well, I can kick on. So, yeah, that's my plans.
It's fantastic plan, short and sweet, man, to clear objectives. What was I going to say to you as well? Last season, this season that's been stopped. So, like, going back to August, did you set yourself at any targets at the start of the year?
Yeah, I wrote down in a notebook my targets for the start of the season. So my targets were make my 18s debut, train will be in around 23s, get my England call up, secure my place in England, and win as many games as possible with under 16s. And I think we'll get like 15 assists that season. Yeah, I think I met every target apart from make my 18 debut for the Premier League. So I made my 18s debut, but I didn't make it in the league.
In the league, yeah. I mean, you can still be proud of yourself. I mean, you seem like someone have you always been setting goals, like writing them down in notepads from young? Because you seem like someone that's always been focused. Like, you want to hit this by then. If you don't hit this, how do I improve and make sure I hit this? Have you always been a goal setter or something like that?
Yeah, like when I was younger, I used to set targets for goals. Like, I'll go into a game and be like, yeah, I'm going to score 3 goals today. I'm going to score 2 goals today.
Wow.
So I'll try and hit those targets. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing from young. And I think it's really helped me to achieve things and push on.
When you did play, I know it wasn't the under-18s debut you wanted or you set yourself, but when you did play for the under-18s, what was it like?
It was intense. Like,
why so?
As soon as you came onto the pitch, had a 1v1, won my 1v1, then 5 seconds later, a 50-50. Like, as soon as I came on, it was very intense football. And we were playing against Flamengo, very good team, very tricky wingers. And then next game I came on against Man United. I think I done quite well. Then final game I started against Man United again. We had to play them twice. So yeah,
decent stuff. So obviously playing for Arsenal is one thing. Playing for your country is a whole different sort of thing. How did the England cap come about? What was your feelings going through that? And what's it like being part of the England camp?
Great experience.
Yeah,
I remember, some ballers in my team. Remember, I was at school and my mum sent me the email saying, yeah, you're on for England camp. Literally, I just sat down in my lesson. I don't even think I done work in that lesson, to be honest with you. I just sat down in that lesson, just thinking about, what am I going to do when I get to England? Stuff like that. So it was in a couple of weeks, so I was at training, just putting in the work, making sure I was ready for the camp. At the camp, we were there for a week. It was a week-long camp. And then we had the game on the Saturday. So I was playing right back at the camp. And then I think one of the boys picked up an injury or something like that. Yeah, one of the boys picked up an injury or something like that. And the coach asked me to go right centre-back. So I was like, alright, cool, it's my England debut, playing out of position. So I went out, just try to do what I do, have fun. And then, yeah, I ended up scoring against Scotland on my debut. Yeah.
I mean, what's it like playing as a centre-half, let alone your debut? What was it like playing as a centre-half? And what was it actually like scoring? Like, I can imagine what it's like scoring, but yeah, you're the man who actually scored. So what did it feel like?
Playing against Scotland, Scotland are a decent side. Playing centre-half, it was different for me. But the coach, like, he installed faith that I could do it. He was like, listen, you're good on the ball, you're relaxed, you don't get beat 1v1. Just go out there and just do what you've been doing in your academy, but just do it at centre-half. So I went out there. They have a big saying there, play with freedom. So I went out there, had fun, played with freedom, then I ended up scoring the winner. So it was buzzing.
What was it like with the rest of the lads?
Yeah, the lads, they're cool, they're good. I know most of them from academy football anyways, because you play against them, you come up against them. But yeah, they're good. They're funny, yeah, good lads.
So what's it like? Obviously, you said I imagine you said you played against them. You've probably played with a bunch of them throughout your years on the circuit. But what is it actually like playing with them for England? Because obviously you're not training every week with them. You know, they're all playing for different clubs, different philosophies, and then to a degree, you all have to be mixed and matched and play on a match day. How is that like playing for England versus club?
Everyone's the highest level. So like, so everyone, like literally everyone's so talented in that squad. Everyone does their job, and I think like I don't know how it works, but because we don't play together so much, but when we come together, yeah, it does work.
So it's just like a psychological sort of thing that's going on, if anything. That makes sense. Yeah. Finally, I wanted to ask you this. Obviously, you're a young player. You've gone through some tough moments in your career. You've come through them the other side. You've had some great moments because you've worked hard on top of having ability. What would you say is the strongest aspect a young player with ambitions to be a professional footballer needs? Is it something physical? Is it technical? Is it mental? What would it be for you?
Mental. With determination, I think you can make a career out of nothing if you just have determination, to be honest. If you work hard and you face the setbacks that are going to come, because setbacks do come, if you try to push through those, strive through those, and you just go out every single day, give you 100%, and just try to do your best, I think, yeah, you can go very far.
That's an interesting way of looking at that, man, and things like that. But Brooke, it's been lovely speaking to you, man. I'd like to say thank you for obviously making time to do this. You've dropped a wealth of knowledge and shared with us a lot of gems throughout this. So, yeah, man, we'll be supporting you. I'm keen to see your progress. I'd love to do this a year from now when you've obviously had time to be involved in the under-18 setup. We're wishing you all the best, man, on all your future ambitions. And on behalf of everybody watching this, I'd like to say thank you again, my guy.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.